Music performance and point-and-click adventure games aren't exactly in high demand in the current gaming landscape. That fact didn't seem to stop a certain indie dev from dreaming big and mixing some chocolate with their peanut butter. This is the Bombchu Indie Game review of Beat the Game. Beat the Game is a music performance and point-and-click adventure hybrid developed by Worm Animation and released on September 7, 2017. It places you in the role of a nameless protagonist who crashes his motorcycle and is then forced to use his little mixing board to gather up sounds before putting on a killer rave at the end of the day. The world of Beat the Game is composed of just this one desert wasteland level that you see here. The animation, art, and aesthetics are like something out of an acid dream and was impressive for an indie studio who had only been credited with the release of this game on Steam. Gameplay-wise, the protagonist can collect sounds by using his remarkable hearing and tuning into them. To collect them, you must turn your camera until you pick up on certain tunes, and once you do, you must hold it steady for 5 seconds to collect it. This is a slightly difficult affair at times as some objects move and fly in very random or quicker patterns than your ears can follow due to a rather slow turning speed. Once a sound is collected though, you can then play it using your mixer. Once you've collected a few beats, you can then combine them together and make your own song using the mixer and its built-in options. Here's an example of how the board works to add additional parts to a whole to make one complete composition. The previously mentioned options seem to mostly increase the tempo and not much else, but you can also increase the volume, which can lead to some rather nifty variations. In fact, the song under this whole review is a simple one created in-game that we're proud of. The sound mixing and creation aspect was extremely satisfying and gave us the feeling of making something new even though it was hard-coded into the game. Early in Beat the Game, however, the old-school style of point-and-click adventures reared its ugly head and plagued what would otherwise be a pretty great music game. While the point-and-click genre has been pushed to great heights thanks to companies like Telltale, for some reason Beat the Game keeps the system stuck in the past with no explanations or directions to what is clickable, pick-upable, or interactable. For some gamers, this may be a welcome addition, but in a game focused on using items to interact with other items, it should be obvious what you need to do in order to progress, and then the focus should shift to how to use your items in a creative way to solve the issue at hand. At one point of the game, we found ourselves missing one sound and staring at a broken ladder after 20 minutes of wandering the wasteland. We believed the sound must be up there, so we set out to find a stool, bench, or something to put underneath to reach the goal. After another 10 minutes passed, however, we gave up and tried just tuning into anything we could and luckily bumped into a ship that hadn't been there before and was barely visible. With the last sound obtained, victory was in sight, but because of the nature of the game stuck in the back of our heads, a full 30 minutes of time was wasted looking for a piece to climb a ladder that wasn't climbable in the first place. This is a major pitfall of all classic, point-and-click adventures, and we unhappily fell into it. After collecting the last of the sounds, you put on a live show and again, the game design takes an odd turn by forcing you to play the way the game wants you to after giving you so much joy creating your own beats. Yes, the final piece created sounded way better than anything any of us had designed, but at the same time, it wasn't our song anymore. It was a song created by the devs and took away some of the magic they had given us during our journey. That said, after a few more events following the concert, the game ends and that's it. This copy was provided to us by the developers for review, so it's surprising we only spent 2 hours with the game before its sudden ending. With all these grievances stacked against it, we can't, in good faith, recommend this game for everyone. While the music creation aspect is fun and the atmosphere of the game was surprisingly fresh, the short duration of the game combined with the vagueness caused by the point-and-click integration soured an otherwise great music experience. There may still be something of interest here for music lovers or audiophiles, and we'd be interested to see if Beat the Game is able to live up to our expectations at a later date. However, in its current build, we'd have to say give it a rain check unless this genre mashup is just something you have to have right this moment. And that's another Bombchu review. See you guys next time.